Hi everybody, Ben and I thought that we'd just do a quick video for my channel explaining this event that we've got in January the 20th at Cliff College in the Peak District in England. Beautiful area. And it's funny, we've called it the War on Health. And a couple of people have said, that doesn't sound very healthy. Well, we're not waging the war on health. The war on health is being waged against us by all the corporations and controllers and corrupt medical system and dietary advice. So if you haven't woken up to the war on health that's being waged against all of us, then come along and see some of these amazing speakers well, they're going to be explaining from their various points of view all the angles that we're being attacked on and what you could do about it. That's my kind of intro to it, Ben. So you've been over there and seen the venue and stuff, and tell us about what it's like. Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, the venue's great. It's on Saturday, the 20th of January. So it's a one-day event, but you may want to stay over for a couple of nights, depends where you're coming from. So yeah, it's in the Dark Peak. That's the northern part of the Peak District between Chesterfield and Manchester. And yeah, like Phil said, it's about the war on our health and what we can do about it. So at the time of recording, it's starting in 40 days time. So yeah, the venue is Cliff College. It's a really, really nice room, and we've got an adjacent kind of restaurant cafeteria as well. So we'll be having a light lunch, carnivore lunch, and a carnivore feast at the end of the event as well. So it's going to run from around 9:30 in the morning to about 5 p.m. But if you want to stay over until the Sunday as well, then a lot of the speakers and participants will be organising a walk as well. So if the conditions permit, we'll go over the amazing gritstone edges on Calver Edge, Baslow Edge, stunning views. Otherwise, which is what you see on here. This is literally Calver Edge. Right above the venue is down there in the valley. And if it's less pleasant, then we'll go around Chatsworth Estate, which is also absolutely magnificent. So
Cool. So
go on.
Yeah, what about what have we got planned with the speakers? And I love this mix of speakers we've got.
Okay, so kicking off, Natasha Campbell McBride, who's probably known to.
I've got to have a mention of Natasha because, 2011, her book GAPS Diet, the gut and psychology syndrome, pretty much saved my life. I took ages to meet her. Actually, I met so many of the other people in this space, but got to meet her at least over Zoom and did a podcast with her recently. Check that out. But to have her on, I don't know. Maybe will we persuade her to go there? I don't know, but she's definitely going to come along on Zoom. And honestly, she's so eloquent and wonderful and totally woken up to all the nonsense that's going on, as well as all, having such a great insight into healing through her GAPS diet and whatever, which is very ancestral anyway, isn't it? So
yeah, and she's now got her second book out, which is Gut and Physiology Syndrome, where she shows that that gut health really ties to, well, according to her, practically every disease that we know about. It's not just the mind, but it's the mind that it's the effect on the brain, where she started. Sarah Pugh is somebody who we've come across more recently, but she's wonderful as well. We've seen her. She's been down over in New Zealand and done sessions with Bart Kay as well. And she's really into all of the quantum stuff. So she's very much into all the light and the EMFs as well. It's extremely knowledgeable. So I'm really excited to meet Sarah as well.
yeah, I think, with Sarah, she's so clear and simple in explaining some very, very complex processes. My friend, Dr. Jack Cruz, incredible mind, but sometimes, some people, including me, get a bit lost because he goes so deep into the science. Sarah is very, very good at demystifying stuff. And so also, all the ketogenic diet and stuff, all the these modalities that she employs. But to come along and get a really good rounded view of all the areas that add up to good health, all those ancestral disconnects and what you can do. So I'm really looking forward to meeting Sarah as well. I've never met her in person either. Yeah.
And then these aren't just academics. These guys are obviously very knowledgeable, but they also practice what they preach. So they've got huge practical experience, and that's going to be very much a focus of the day. Dr. Rachel Brown, the carnivore shrink. Again, somebody that we've done some work with recently. So she's got a master's in medical law and ethics as well. So she's going to be, again, bringing her angle on the psychology side of things. And Ahmed Malik, Phil, is very much a friend of yours at the minute, isn't he?
Oh, Ahmed's great. But just to say a couple more words about Rachel, because I love it that Rachel is focusing on the mental health aspect of this and how diet affects that. Because a lot of people think it's just a physical thing, but Rachel's incredibly eloquent about that, and a carnivore as well. And come along and listen to her about how the whole mental health thing ties in, and how the ridiculous meds and all the interventions that we're given in the modern health system and the modern dietary advice is really contributing hugely to the mental health crisis. But yeah, Ahmed, I mean, he's great. I went on Ahmed's podcast and we had a great time. His podcast is Doc Malik, DOC Malik. If nobody's discovered it yet, he's got some great guests. He's ever so entertaining. He's become a good mate, and I really wanted him to come along because he is a casualty of the medical system. He understands from the inside out what it's like to be really brave to speak out against all these ridiculous things that have happened to us over the past 4 years or so. And he's been thrown out of various jobs simply because of that. Never a complaint against his medical ability. And I'd love him to come along. It's lovely to see him waking up to other little aspects as well as he gets all these different guests on his show. I mean, obviously already incredibly knowledgeable, but going down these little rabbit holes and to see the excitement of it, but also how appallingly he's been treated by the medical system. And can't wait for Ahmad to come along.
Yeah. And of course, Phil and I will be up there talking and sharing what we know and what we've been thinking about and learning recently. So
yeah, well, what will you be on about, Ben?
The kind of philosophical and spiritual side of food and health, and I'm sure we'll have plenty to say about the modern system and how it's corporate run. But the focus of the day is not just to say how deplorable the world of health is right now, because it absolutely is. There's no question about it. But we want to explain why we've got to this state, but most importantly, what the hell we can all do about it. So there's definitely going to be a big carnivore focus on the day, but that's absolutely not the be all and end all, because we'll be going into absolutely every area. So we really want from every talk people to take away practical stuff that you can do, that you can implement in your life as well. So we've got like 6 of us are going to be speaking. It's going to be about an hour each, so maybe about half an hour of presentations, but then plenty of time for discussion, for Q&A as well. We'll have lots of breaks where we can mingle, where you can chat to the speakers and everyone else around. We're going to have a couple of stalls there as well. And then, of course, the feast on the Saturday evening and the walk on the Sunday. So tickets £129, but if you book before the end of the year, so before New Year's Day, and you put in the coupon code early bird, all in caps, all one word, then you get that for £99, and that includes all your food and of course, the walk on the Sunday as well. Cliff College do have accommodation, but it's limited. We're not going to be able to fit all 200 people at Cliff College, but there's plenty of hotels, B&Bs, inns, Airbnbs around that area, because it's a very, very popular tourist area, particularly in the warmer months. But this is, like we say, late January. It's only a few weeks away. And if you do stay at Cliff College, note that it's an alcohol-free site because it's actually a Bible college as well during the rest of the time. So yeah, so there is accommodation there. You can book that through Cliff College, through their website as well. We'll give you all the details for that. So yeah, come along and join us. It'd be great to meet you. I'm excited about meeting these other speakers as well, because I've never met any of them actually in person. We've done some online sessions and stuff like that, but yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll be excellent. No, I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably waffle on about what it's like to be completely failed by the medical system from the inside as a patient. I mean, it's a long time since I actually went to doctors, really, but you know, my experience of being really sick and getting out of it back in 2010, 2011. And you know, so I'll give a kind of personal story and exactly what sort of implementing all of these things can actually do, and how it can pull you out of these horrific holes. But anyway, yes, as Ben says, all of those things available. Look, you've got 2 meals, you've got all those speakers. How much would you spend on a meal out? 1 meal out in the evening. You're probably going to go out on that Saturday, right? You're going to go out for a meal. Well, why not come along to this? Because just for the price of whatever you'd pay for that meal, you're going to have 2 meals and you're going to have some amazing information and lots of great people to meet. So,
and of course, late January is known to be psychologically the most miserablest time of the whole year. When you know, we've had the Christmas, the New Year's stuff. People have tried their New Year's resolutions and probably fallen off the wagon. And it's dark and it's cold and it's horrible. So, you know, come along, have a banquet with us, meet a load of interesting people, and you know, give yourself something to look forward to in late January.
yeah, see you there.
See you there.